Ready to get a little dark and twisty?
Always.
You know that saying, a villain is just a hero from another perspective?
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Raven Queen kind of flips that.
Right, sure.
Like she's destined to be the evil queen, but her style's all like, nope, writing my own story.
Totally.
We're diving into excerpts from Raven Queen today, and I am so curious to see how her fashion choices actually mirror this whole journey of self-discovery.
It really makes you question, the whole good girl, bad girl thing.
Yeah.
Because right away, Raven's rocking all these dark colors, purples, blacks, metallics.
Oh, yeah.
Even spiked headbands, asymmetrical cuts. It's almost like, what? Punk rock princess?
Yeah. It's like she's taking that evil look and making it fashionable.
Right. But it's still so feminine.
Exactly. And that gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Like, what does it mean to be feminine these days?
Right. Is it all pastels and flowers?
Or can it be powerful? Edgy.
And don't forget the Storybook of Legends.
Oh, yeah. Got to bring that in.
This magical book that basically dictates everyone's destiny.
Super controlling.
So when Raven's like, nope, not following that script, it's huge EE.
It's a total rebellion.
And her style reflects that. Think about it. Those dark colors, the spikes, they're often associated with rebellion, especially youth subcultures, punk, DIY, anti-establishment, making a statement. So she's literally taking that visual language of rebellion and owning it.
And it's like she's saying, forget your fairy tale rules, I'm going to be me.
Exactly.
But it's not just darkness either, right? We start to see these intricate patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Shimmering fabrics, it's dark, but luxurious.
So important. It goes beyond that simple good girl, bad girl thing. She's not just swapping one box for another.
Totally.
The complexity of those fabrics, the way they drape and move, it adds a whole new layer to her look.
And for me, this is where it gets really interesting. Because as Raven starts figuring out who she is, we see her friends influencing her style, too.
Absolutely. The power of friendship.
Apple White with that classic princess vibe, Maddie Hatter, always a little offbeat.
Such distinct styles.
But they complement each other, which I find so fascinating.
But it makes you think about group dynamics, right?
Yeah.
We want to fit in, but also stand out.
Totally.
So Raven's outfits start incorporating silver, jewel tones, even these whimsical silhouettes, almost echoing her friends' styles.
So it's not just rebellion.
Right.
It's also about belonging.
Finding that balance.
Between being true to yourself
and connecting with the people who matter.
See, this is why I love fashion. It's like a visual language for all these complex ideas.
It really is.
And honestly, it makes you wonder, do our friends help us express our style more fully? Or do they kind of nudge us towards what they think looks good?
It's like a fashion feedback loop.
So true.
Yeah.
I've definitely had friends who've influenced my choices, for better or worse.
And all this leads to that pivotal moment where Raven embraces both sides, the light and the dark.
Yes.
It's not just a teenage I'm different phase.
Ooh, it's deep.
It's about accepting every part of yourself.
And you see that in her final look.
Right.
The dark tones are still there.
For sure.
But there are softer elements, glowing fabrics, radiant accents.
Like she's found this inner harmony.
And her style is the outward expression of that.
It's like, can you be powerful and vulnerable? Can you embrace those softer sides without being seen as weak?
So good. And then there's purple.
Oh, we have to talk about the purple.
It's like Raven's signature.
What do you think about that choice, symbolically?
Well, it's royal, right?
Oh, definitely. Historically, the dyes they used for purple were so expensive.
Only for the elite.
So in a way, she's reclaiming that connection to her lineage, but on her own terms.
It's like she's not running from her destiny.
But transforming it.
And purple has so many other meanings, too.
It does.
Creativity, mystery, even spirituality.
It's a color that bridges those opposites. Light and dark, masculine and feminine, even reason and intuition.
Oh.
Just like Raven herself.
It represents this fusion of contradictions.
She's not rejecting one or the other.
It's about embracing the complexity.
The full spectrum.
And that is powerful. But let's go deeper. How do the actual clothes, not just the color, reinforce this idea?
Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of fashion design.
Let's do it.
We'll see how those choices create a whole story.
This is where it gets good.
It's like visual poetry.
I'm ready.
So we were talking about storytelling through clothes.
Oh, yeah, total.
Let's look at how Raven uses texture.
Okay.
Early on, it's a lot of hard edges.
I see where you're going with this.
Leather, metal accents, those almost aggressive spikes.
You know, you're right. I hadn't even thought about it that way, but it's like her outfits become literally softer, more flowing
Yeah.
as she gets more comfortable with herself.
It's not about getting rid of the darkness,
Wow.
but more about integrating it.
Interesting.
And the way those textures are combined is so important. Like, she'll pair a structured bodice with a skirt that drapes in these beautiful folds, or layer lace over something more geometric.
Oh, I love that.
It's a visual metaphor, the contrast reflecting her inner struggle.
And it plays with our expectations too, right?
Totally.
Because we usually associate lace with traditional femininity.
Right, right.
But she's using it in this kind of subversive way.
Exactly. It's delicate, but strong.
Not weak at all.
It really speaks to how these feminine archetypes are evolving in media.
Like, we're so past the whole damsel in distress thing.
Exactly. Raven's taking those traditionally passive elements and making them powerful.
I love that. Then there are the patterns.
Oh, the patterns.
Intricate Gothic lace, metallic embroidery. It's like each outfit is telling a story without her having to say a word.
It's like visual poetry.
It is.
Each element so carefully chosen.
And there's meaning packed into every detail.
Yeah, drawing on all this dark and beautiful symbolism, ravens, thorns, even stylized skulls.
Wait, skulls.
Yeah.
That seems a little extreme, even for Raven.
But think about it. Skulls aren't just about death.
True.
They're about transformation, shedding the old to make way for the new. And in a lot of cultures, they represent a connection to the spiritual realm, to ancestral wisdom.
I'd never thought about it like that before.
It's fascinating.
It's like she's taking these symbols we usually fear and making them empowering.
Exactly. Reclaiming them, redefining them.
It's like saying we can reframe negative experiences.
Or even cultural taboos.
And find strength in them.
Find the beauty in the unexpected.
So cool. Okay, we have to talk about the accessories.
Yes.
The spiked headbands, the feathered accents, they add this badass edge.
Key details.
Because they add nuance to her character.
Like the spikes, they're almost tribal, primal.
It's like she's tapping into this raw, ancient power.
And the feathers, such a sense of flight, freedom.
It's like she's ready to break free from expectations.
And soar.
They tie into the whole raven symbolism too, right?
Absolutely. Ravens are messengers, tricksters, creatures between worlds.
They don't follow the rules. So even her accessories are about rebellion.
100%.
Breaking free. Okay, and the makeup. Smoky eyes.
Yeah.
Bold lips. She is not afraid to make a statement.
The smoky eyes, adding mystery, depth.
Like she's daring you to look closer.
See beyond the surface.
And those lips, deep purples, reds, so regal, so powerful.
It's like saying, I might be questioning my destiny, but I'm still a queen.
Such a cool juxtaposition. The bold lips with the soft, smoky eyes.
I know, right?
Like she's owning both her strength and her vulnerability.
It's the darkness and the light.
It's like she's saying, this is me, all of me, deal with it.
Aha, yes.
And that confidence is contagious.
Totally.
Makes you want to embrace your own uniqueness.
Find your own power through style.
The amazing thing is she does all this within a community.
Oh, for sure.
Her style is unique, but it works with her friends' aesthetics.
It's like a visual representation of unity and diversity.
Yes. You see it when they're all together. Avril's classic princess look.
Right.
Maddie's whimsical style, and then Raven with that edgy elegance.
They each have their own thing.
But it just works.
Such a powerful message about individuality and de-belonging.
We can be ourselves and celebrate others' differences.
And Raven does it without losing herself.
She's not trying to blend in.
She stands out.
But in a way that's inclusive.
Not exclusive.
She's saying, you can be you and I can be me and we can still be friends.
Exactly.
Even if we don't always agree or look the same.
And that resonates beyond Ever After High,
Oh, absolutely.
Whether you're a teenager trying to find your place or an adult figuring out life.
It's about finding that balance.
Between expressing yourself.
And connecting with others.
And Raven shows us it's possible.
Even with a predetermined destiny.
You don't have to choose between being yourself and belonging.
You can have both.
It's a powerful reminder for anyone who's ever felt like they didn't fit in.
Like they had to choose.
Yeah.
We have the power to create our own stories.
Define our own sense of belonging.
And express ourselves authentically.
Even when the world's telling us to be someone else.
But there's one piece we haven't talked about yet.
Oh.
The color purple. It's everywhere in Raven's world.
It's not a coincidence.
And it's clearly more than just a color choice.
There's a deeper meaning there.
Let's dive in.
Okay.
We've talked about textures and patterns and accessories.
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
But let's be real. You think Raven Queen, you think purple.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like her signature. It's everywhere.
And it's not just a random choice, you know? Purple's got this long history in art, fashion, even spirituality.
Oh, I bet.
Royalty, magic, mystery.
Makes sense for Raven, right?
Totally. She's a princess, magical powers, destined to be the evil queen. It's all there.
Her whole life wrapped up in those themes.
But what's really interesting is how she uses purple to kind of flip those associations on their head.
What do you mean?
It's not stuffy or old-fashioned, you know?
Yeah, not at all.
It's edgy, it's modern, it's so Raven.
Like she's saying, yeah, I'm a princess, but not like the ones in those old fairy tales.
Exactly, and that's where the psychology of color comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
Purple is often linked to creativity, individuality, nonconformity.
Sounds familiar.
Rebels, outsiders, that's purple.
Which is so Raven. She's always challenging expectations, doing her own thing.
And that choice of purple just reinforces that message.
It's like a visual statement.
Think about it. In Ever After High, everyone's supposed to follow their parents' footsteps.
Right, follow the script.
But Raven's breaking free from that mold.
She's embracing her destiny, but rewriting it at the same time.
And the purple is a symbol of that transformation.
Taking this color associated with power and authority and giving it her own spin.
And it's not just the color itself, it's how she wears it, you know? Different shades of purple together.
Oh, yeah.
Mixing it with black, silver, even a little red sometimes.
Like a whole symphony of purple.
Each note chosen carefully.
It's like she's painting a picture of her inner world with purple.
A world that's complex and full of contradictions.
And that's what I love about personal style, right?
Absolutely.
It lets us express who we are on the inside.
Show the world what we're made of.
It's like Raven saying, this is me. Take it or leave it.
And that confidence is inspiring.
It makes you want to embrace your own uniqueness.
Find your own way to express it.
And her journey shows us it's okay to evolve, to change.
Experiment.
Until you find what truly fits.
It's not about being perfect, it's about being authentic.
And sometimes that means embracing the unexpected.
Challenging the norms, maybe even breaking a few rules.
Just like Raven does with purple, she's making it her own.
Transforming it into something powerful and personal.
And that's what's so fascinating about her style. It's about more than just clothes.
It's about self-discovery, empowerment.
Finding your own voice, your own style, your own way of being.
And that's a message that goes way beyond Ever After High.
Oh, it's universal.
Something we can all apply to our own lives.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Raven Queen style, I have a question for you.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
What's your signature color? What color represents you, your spirit, your journey, your way of being in the world?
That's a great question to think about.
I'm going to have to ponder that one. But one thing's for sure, Raven Queen has inspired me to be more daring, more expressive, more true to myself.
That's the power of these amazing characters. They challenge us, make us think.
And help us become the best versions of ourselves.
And Raven does all of that with style, grace, and a whole lot of purple.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time for another look at fashion, psychology, and the power of self-expression.